Hello everyone, it's Anna here. Welcome in another video from my Sketchology series. Today we will make some magic, and this is the sketch that I chose. I had it saved in my Instagram for a long time. It's from 2021, I think, from 𝐒𝐽𝐫𝐸𝐮𝐬𝐭𝐬 website. And I will use this sketch to create a magical layout with the picture of my daughter dressed as an elf. And the rainbow will be there. I also use the stars, but I place this central element a little bit on the left. Plus, I am adding a little bit of mixed media in the background and also putting the picture on the other side because my daughter is looking on the right side. So it feels kind of natural. So let's start. I'm planning adding mixed media in the background and a little bit of water. I am using watercolor paper. This is the Canson student grade watercolor paper, cheap. It comes in A3 size pads. I just trim them into the 12 by 12, or in my case 30 by 30 centimeters. And after applying clear water in the background, I'm adding drops of this a silver shimmer marker from scrapbook.com. I chose this color because I wanted to add a little bit of some sort of a fairy dust in the background. This layout will be about my daughter dressed like an elf. It was this year Halloween, and she looks so cute, and I wanted to make this page sort of a magical, hence the fairy dust. And this marker has a lot of it. It's very shimmery and shiny, especially when it's dry. Now it's wet, so you cannot tell, but when it's dry it has a lot of shimmer and it sticks quite well. There is also the golden version, but the golden version of this one has this, I would say, green undertone for the gold, which, some of you may like, some of you may prefer more of the yellow gold, and some more of a white gold. So just keep this in mind. But the silver is really pretty, and I would say it has the purple undertone. So it matches my picture and papers that I chose perfectly. And there's still a lot of water on the paper, so I'm using the heat gun to kind of dry it a little bit to make sure it will not stay into the puddle in the middle that will dry and that will leave this kind of an outline. So just making sure the moisture, oh, you can see how shiny it is when I'm tilting it a little bit to the sides. That's why I'm drying it. I'm not drying it to be 100% dry because I will be doing some other stuff and it will have the time to air dry, but just making sure that there are no big puddles of water, so it will not dry with just an outline of the puddle. I chose those three cardstock papers from scrapbook.com paperspot. They are 6 by 8 in size, and I will be using them to create a rainbow because, as you remember, my sketch has rainbow. It has 4 layers, but you can of course make 3, 5. It's all up to you what you would like to your layout to look like. So just make as many as you wish. You can make just 1 layer. You can make your rainbow out of paper. You can make your rainbow with watercolors. You can use pattern papers. You can use dies if you have the big one. You can use 𝐒𝐜𝐫𝐸 to cut out your rainbow. I'm just hand sketching it because I want it to be quite tall and narrow, not the classical half of a circle rainbow. That's why I sketched the first layer, and I will be using the other side of the paper as the top, so it's just the back. This paper has exactly the same colors on both sides. So yeah, I will be using this side, and I will be using the first arc that I created as an stencil for the second one. So I'm sketching the outline and then adding the inner part. It can be wonky, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, for a whimsical page, I'm not measuring anything. And again, after sketching it, I'm using scissors to cut everything out. And my second layer will be done. Then I will move forward to the third and fourth layer. And with the third layer, I realized that I'm running out of space in the middle of the rainbow. So I needed to make it a little bit skinnier than the first and the second layer. But I hope it doesn't bother you that much if you are a perfectionist, because this rainbow is nothing like perfection. So yeah, and I'm using the second layer to sketch the arch of the third layer, gently sketching, and you can see it's slimmer. This one was on a diet. So I'm just going with skinnier stripe of paper, and then I will move with the last color, which is this cream. And how I chose those colors, because they are not the classical rainbow, of course. As you can see on the picture, my daughter is dressed in this emerald green dress, and she has like mustardy brown belt, and I wanted to also add similar shade of green but lighter, and the cream color that I am using right now is just to match her skin tone. This picture is not perfect. It was taken in quite a dark room, so the colors are not 100% like in the natural light. That's why there are those cream and pink colors in the skin tone. So I'm just trimming everything, and it's just, the first version of the rainbow. I will trim it a little bit on the bottom to make it shorter. Sketch that I chose for today is quite telling. It already has the rainbow, so there are not that many ways you can interpret it, but you can make the rainbow bigger, you can make the rainbow smaller, you can put it in the middle, you can move it on the left or right side, you can make it more tall and narrow, you can make it like half circle. You can make it really, really small with a small picture to make this clean design. You can play in the background, so there are many possibilities. I used the bigger part of my rainbow to mark where it will be, because I will be adding a little bit of texture using the star stencil. So I just have to know where to apply the stars. So after adding my rainbow, they will not be all hidden behind it. And I don't want to overdo the stars all over the background. I just want to highlight the area around the rainbow. And I'm using my favorite star stencil. I'm using it so often that I'm not even putting it away too deep into my stencils corner. It's always on the front, because this one is the one that I am reaching most often for. It looks great with texture paste or glitter paste, because it's quite small when it comes to stars, and you can apply the even layer. And the color of Distress Oxide I was using was the Lost Shadow. I think I didn't mention it. But this stencil, this is from scrapbook.com. I think it's stars or scattered stars. I will leave you the link in the description. I love it that the stars are scattered. They are not even. You have smaller and bigger ones. And this stencil is great for space themed, for baby pages, for magic pages like I'm doing. If you have like a Disney adventure pictures, you can use this stencil too. So for me, this is the most versatile stencil I have in my stash. This one, dots and hearts are the three stencils I'm using the most often. And this, I have several star stencils with bigger and smaller stars, but this one is the one I'm reaching most often. I will leave you the link in the description if you wish to purchase it too. But you may have a similar pattern in your stash. Just check it first before spending your money. I trimmed the rainbow a little bit in the bottom to make it shorter. And now I'm using, this is like a spare sheet of paper. It was like, the packaging of some Mintai product, Mintai chippies. And I'm just using it to straighten up my background. So I trim it a little bit so it will not stick from behind. And I'm applying glue. It doesn't matter what paper you use. It, it can be like failed experiment with mixed media. Just put it on the back and your wavy background will straighten up a little bit, like a lot. And it will help you to take decent pictures of the page, because otherwise it would be wavy and the shadows will look weird on the layout. So this is my trick for mixed media pages. Now I'm applying glue to my rainbow. I'm just adding one line in the middle. I never ever place glue to the very edge first. If you press the element, the glue spreads underneath, and if you add it too close to the edge, it will just leak outside the perimeter of the embellishment you used. And you can always tag things behind, and they will look like they were meant to be there. So they will look like they were there forever. But if you have like a late night idea to add something else, this is just the perfect solution. And I went and reached for my stitching machine, and I added some wonky stitching with white thread. You can use hand stitching to make this. You can skip this step. Absolutely, it's not necessary. I just wanted to add a little bit texture, because this layout won't be very bold in layers, because we have background, rainbow, which is glued down directly on the background, and then I will add my picture and some embellishments. There will be no more layers. I use this paper from gingham paper pack from scrapbook.com to back my picture. It has this emerald green color, and I wanted my picture to pop a little bit from the background, because the white area around my daughter kind of blended in and the picture disappeared, and the darker frame make it pop and draw the eye into the picture. And I'm adding 2 layers of cardboard. If you watch my videos, you know that I use cardboard for dimension, especially if it's like a bigger, like the picture. The cardboard is my best friend. And now more pixie dust. This is the glitter paper in silver color, and I wanted to add out some stars. And as you can see, I struggle with my magnetic puncher. Yeah, I finally managed to make the magnets work together, and I'm punching the stars. You can use dice if you have them. Usually each star set has those smaller dice. I even have special sets with just the small stars, but let's be honest, adding using your puncher is much faster than dice. Plus, glitter papers like this one can be tricky with your dies. Not every one of them cuts well with die cutting machines, especially if the shape is more complicated than just a circle. And this is from the scrapbook.com paper pack. It holds glitter perfectly. You do not have dirty fingers at all, but it's quite thin. And the layer that holds the glitter, it's sort of the shiny paper. And I think this is the reason why dies are not cutting well with it. But punchers go like butter with this paper. You can, of course, use any other. I think I have somewhere in my stash, but I was too lazy to look for the glitter paper that is called pixie dust. So it will, even the name would work perfectly. And I'm just using 3 different sizes of stars to scatter them around to add a little bit of bling and shine. And as this paper is quite thin, I'm not using liquid glue to attach it. I'm using this double-sided sticky tape. It's the stronghold. There is also like a dotted one that you can use to temporarily adhere things, but this is the one that is, for life. So I'm just using it on each star to glue it down. This way, I am sure it will not become like a closing flower. So when I apply the glue on the middle part of the star, the corners of the star will just start rising up and it will look like a flower. And this is something I want to avoid. Hence, different adhesive. I have all sorts of adhesives to all sorts of purposes. So it's not only one glue to all of it. There are several types of glue that I am using, and for gluing down pictures, I always use double-sided tape, and for thinner papers and for vellum, I use tapes. And not only this one, I have several types of tapes, sizes. I also have a few types of glue. I have many, many, many sizes and types of foam adhesives. So it's not like only one glue goes everywhere. And now I will embellish my page. But what I did was embellishment hunting in my craft room. So I became lazy recently. I'm just reaching for the collections that are full, that I purchased them recently, or I'm working with something that a company sends me to play with, like recently with a lot of Mintopia. This is Halloween papers, and I love it. Don't think that I don't love it, because who doesn't love working with new collections? But my older stash is so neglected that it collected a ton of dust and I'm barely using it, especially that they are older collections, and some of them are, I only bought ephemera pack or stickers or something like, I don't even have the papers that go with it. And what I loved to do in the past was mixing everything. I was not looking for the collection. I was looking for colors. I was looking for motifs that work together perfectly. And I was creating those pages with the mix of everything. And it was so fun to do. So I decided to kind of go back to my roots and create this page mixing and matching things. So I picked some that may work. I have those fox, camera, and rainbow from Whimsical Forest from Crate Paper. Now I'm going through one of the 𝐒𝐫𝐸 collections, and it was called, let me check, Never Grow Up. And I have a lot from this collection because I have two daughters that, well, they are no longer toddlers, but I have this collection for so long and I still have plenty of it, so I need to make an album. So the butterflies are from this collection. I also went through other stickers and I found more crate paper. I found, I would say Amy Tangerine, but I'm not even sure if it's Amy Tangerine. Maybe it's a Dear Lizzie. Some of those products have like maybe 10 years, maybe not 10, but 8. A lot. Let's say they are old, and I really need to start playing with them because they are still pretty. I still love them. So I have this idea. Do you feel like it would be fun to do? Let me know in the comments to make a YouTube series where I am digging the old stash. Would you like me to do something like this? Would it feel motivating for you to join me with digging into your stash, not buying things, just enjoying what you have before it will kind of go into the category I don't like it anymore, because I also have this category things that I bought because I love them, but through the years my style changed and I don't like them anymore. So I was having this idea to make series like this where I will pull out some elements that I bought, I loved, and I never used or barely used, and we will try to make something pretty together, and maybe you will join me pulling out your own stash of elements. Do you feel like it would be nice to kind of upload what I will be using in advance, so you can create your own stash and create with me. Let me know in the comments if it's something you would be interested in. But I felt so inspired by all the stuff that I rediscovered in my craft room that I instantly had this idea. So as you remember from the sketch, the title was beneath the picture, and I'm keeping it this way because I really like how it creates this kind of a central composition around the rainbow. And I found this word magic, which I was looking for. I wanted to use word magic on this layout, and this one worked like magic because the color is also perfect, but I needed to add something more, so I added the sprinkle of magic. So sprinkle of is made with some old stickers. They have this iridescent shine on them, and the word magic is where it's just a sticker. So the title is ready on the page, and now I'm going through the stash that I pull out, and I remember those stickers from Marigold, and they have few emerald green stickers, so I'm just adding them to add more texture. And this is, I was honestly discovering things again. I have so much stash from crepe paper, and I really need to start using it up because, again, some collections are very, very old, and some stickers do not stick even. They just fall out from the sticker sheet and went down the packaging, so I need to add my own glue to them. Yeah, so I'm almost done with the page. I made everything that I wanted uh, when it comes to the stencil, and I'm just playing with some elements. As this is a silver page, I wanted to add something silvery. I was wondering with adding pops of color in glitter color, but it kind of broke and spilled next to my layout, luckily. So I just used those stars instead. They are puffy stars from Rosie's studio. I don't know how long I have them. Oh yeah, this is the accident with the glitter, and you can see it's spilled on the next to my red pencil, but it was because the cap was unscrewed, and I think it kind of glued down into the cap, and I was not able to use it, so I needed to kind of do something else. And I remembered about my silver brush, and I will just add some sprinkles here and there with this brush, but I need to cover my pictures because this is the messy operation. And the sprinkles may look black right now, but they are not black. This is just how it looks before it dries. The same is with gold. Gold also looks much, much darker, but when it dries, it's shimmery and beautiful. And this is the final page. This is how it looks. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what do you think about some series of using the old stash. What form would you like to see it? Maybe live scrapbooking or something. Here are some close-ups. Check the description box. I will try to find links to the products that are available. The products that are not available, you can replace with whatever you have. Here are some other videos you may like. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment, so I will know you like it, and see you soon in some other video. Bye!